All right, welcome to the Scoped Podcast. After our little random conversation, we've been going for 8 minutes.
Really? And all of that will be cut.
All of them. You will not hear the Ashley Madison or Grindr endorsement. You definitely won't hear the conversation we had before we started recording. No, that one got a little crazy.
That's for us.
That's for our. But we know that's the kind of blooper stuff I want to release one day. Like like behind, because some of the best conversation happens when the mics aren't on.
Oh, of course, because as soon as you turn the mics on, everyone feels like they have to go.
Oh yeah. Which me, I've been doing this so long. This basically isn't even here. I'm just like,
yeah, we're getting used to it.
Yeah.
Too.
All right, welcome the fill-ins from Charlotte, North Carolina. Woo! You guys have been on before.
Yes.
Just awesome to have you guys back on.
Dude, thank you so much for having us back on.
I think you're
Love it.
49.
49.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm old.
I know you look like.
I was gonna say I had no idea I was 49.
Episode 49.
Okay.
Let's go to podcast.
49, cool.
I think we're gonna, by the time we get done today, we're gonna be at 51.
Wow.
Yeah,
you're a busy man.
I am a busy man.
I don't cool enough to be number 50 though.
Right.
Oh damn it!
Can you rearrange us? Can we be number 50?
You can.
Let's be number 50.
Fill-ins, number 50 of the Scoped Podcast.
We're number 50.
Number 50. I'm sorry to the other two, but fill-ins come first. They get the red carpet. No, so that was so good. These guys are from Charlotte, North Carolina, and they are just some hard rockers.
No, and thank you for carving out some time to always talk to us.
Oh man,
highly appreciative.
I always love when you guys come through. I mean, I remember the first time y'all came on. I was like, who's this rock band out of Charlotte, North Carolina? And I had seen y'all play. And it's just cool to have someone outside of Atlanta that, loves the city so much. Because you guys truly love playing in Atlanta.
The scene here is one of the coolest we've run across. Yeah. So we just always want to come back as much as possible.
And of course, Charlotte's got a growing rock scene, a lot of good going on there, but y'all do love coming and playing with the bands here.
Oh yeah, and it's like bands like the Stir. We bring them up. They play Charlotte a lot with us too, and they love coming up too. So it's kind of a cool little trade-off. We're meeting a lot of great bands down here, and then we get to bring them back up to our hometown and show them off and be like, "This is who we found." And the guys around town are starting to get with it too. And the Stir's been gaining some popularity. Gunpowder Gray, we've played with them up there a few times. So it's all mutually beneficial. We're meeting some great cats down here, and hopefully we're returning the favor for them.
And that's one of the cool things is that's why I love doing this, and the reason I do it, because you guys come out of Charlotte and you get to know all these bands here, and the scene just keeps growing and growing. It's not just in Atlanta.
No,
it's bands that are you guys like our family. You live outside of Atlanta, but you're family to the Atlanta scene.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome.
That means so much to us.
So let's go ahead and real quick, Scope Podcast, sponsored by Scofflaw Brewing Company. I have beer.
Ooh.
I forgot to bring it.
Oh,
because
man, you did that the first time.
I'm the worst person ever.
But it's okay, I didn't bring my stuff either.
I was going to say, we're pretty bad at our stuff too.
But I have to say, the reason I call me old-fashioned, I don't drink on Sundays until church lets out. So
that's very respectful.
My mother is very proud of that. I love you, Mom. She's happy I said that.
Mom.
No, I don't.
My mom too.
And it's something I do. I really don't drink on Sundays till about later in the afternoon. Just unless it's football Sunday. and then
all sins are forgiven for football Sunday.
Yeah. God forgives that.
Yes, he understands.
So let's go ahead and introduce yourselves real quick.
I'm Alex Stiff, frontman and rhythm guitar.
James Capel Nunn, I play bass.
Mikey Black, I play the lead guitar.
Jared Wooten, I play drums.
And so I want to know, a lot of people ask me that don't know a ton about music, what's the difference between the rhythm guitar and the lead guitar?
He essentially gets to run off and have his own fun, and I hold it down with Cap.
Yeah, Mikey plays all of the guitar solos and all the lead bits, and Alex does a lot of rhythm playing and keeps the drive steady.
Right. So like in a song, if you hear like the guitar following along with the bass, that's more than likely me. If he's doing a harmony on top or an extra riff, that's more than likely Mikey. So that's his role, is we'll hold it down and he gives it a little extra flavor.
Yeah, essentially they're all timing, no talent. I'm all talent, no timing.
All talent, no timing.
Yeah, right.
That's actually about right. when it came down to writing the original stuff, I was like, he would hit the right notes, but like he was so robotic with like a 1, 2, 3, 4 kind of strumming, where with me, I kind of had a bit more of a looser kind of vibe. So I would be able to play a bit more of a bluesy kind of picking style, where he was very tut, 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 tut. very like metronome, which was great. He was awesome at keeping time, but at the same time, it was kind of not lending itself to more dynamic kind of songwriting. So he kind of had to help teach me some technique so I could play with him, and I had to teach him style, if that made any sense. So we really helped each other.
But I'm the one carrying this bitch, so you're winning.
Yeah, he plays the bass. And he was a guitarist that we eventually was just like, no, you're going to play bass for us instead.
No, I don't think people get the science of being a band and like making all those sounds come together. Like
we make sounds.
Make the noise good.
Like I said, I wanted to get on stage last night and be like, hola, mi amo es Jackson. Es el músico. Vamos. And it's like freak everybody out. Just like do the whole sing in Spanish. That would have freaked everybody out.
Hey, I would have rolled with that. I thought that would have been great.
I love Smith's Old Bar for concerts too.
That was the first time we had been there.
Really?
Just for like even a show or anything, and we loved it there. That was awesome.
Have y'all ever been up to the music room?
No.
Upstairs? Oh, it's a huge room up there.
With the stairs and all that.
Yeah.
I was a little nervous about that at first.
I walked up there to try and find a place like the patio, and it was just a bunch of old people chilling.
There was an older guy playing up there, Albert Cummings. Yeah.
Oh, right on.
That's why the girl who came last night, and she was with her family. It was her dad's birthday. They were up there, and then they came down to check y'all out.
Nice.
Sweet.
They enjoyed.
They did enjoy.
Excellent.
And it was funny. One of the opening band started playing Rage Against the Machine, Bulls on Parade, or whatever. And I saw her mom in the corner when they were singing like the "fuck you." I see her mom in the corner like.
Just flipping
She
out.
wasn't expecting that, but she was drunk, so it's cool. No,
What a shock she must have gotten when we started playing Hate. She's like, oh my God, what are they doing?
oh my God, the devil's here.
Being loud and obnoxious.
What's the devil here? No, I met Andre 3000 of Outkast in that room.
Oh,
Nice.
word.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And so I ended up buying him a couple beers, and we sat and talked for a while, and that was a little while ago. But
Just
yeah.
chilling out. He can go out incognito like that. And just,
Yeah, I love it. I love when celebrities feel like, hey, I'm just someone else going to check out local music.
Right.
And, so that was cool. He was a good guy.
He's in a movie with John Travolta, and that just makes me laugh every time. It's
Be
called
Cool.
Be Cool, yeah. Where,
Love Be Cool.
John Travolta just sees him and just goes, Daboo, and Andre's just like, playa.
He's in, I love that, and I love Four Brothers.
I never saw that one.
Yes. Yeah.
That is a good film, isn't it?
great film.
That's, oh my gosh, it's amazing. Love Be Cool too, though. And yeah, I
One of
love
those dumb movies that was just like, it was just fun to watch.
it. It's what sometimes those dumb films are just really fun to watch.
Right. Oh, yeah, they definitely are.
Have y'all seen y'all ever see Rick and Morty?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's hilarious. I don't want no part of that.
Y'all can talk about
The
Rick
hype-
and Morty
the hype
all you
around it and the
want.
lore on it is pretty aggressive, but I enjoy it.
Oh, Big Mouth is even worse. That new one on Netflix. This guy that's going through puberty, and every time he gets horny or gets a boner, this guy shows up and he's got to jerk off to make him go away.
Yeah.
Come on, let's spank it. Let's
Now,
spank it.
there's been so much content coming out that I just wind up not catching any of it.
It's overwhelming. There's too much. Like,
It's not even that there's quote unquote too much, but it's like there's so much coming out that I do want to see that I don't know a good way of prioritizing it. So I just wind up not watching any of it because I'm like, I want to watch this. Oh, but I need to start this first. And, oh, but I've been telling myself I need to watch this, but this just came out, so everyone's gonna be talking about it. I'll put on YouTube.
I'll just watch the same thing again.
Yeah, I'll just watch the few guys I've already subscribed.
I would always just end up rewatching Vampire Diaries. Don't make fun of me. I love Vampire Diaries. Don't make fun of me. I love that shit.
That's your go-to. Is just your movie to put on.
It's the show.
Oh, okay.
My ex-fiance got me into it, and
Really?
and I love Vampire Diaries. Team Damon all the way. I want to interview that guy so bad.
Everybody has their little TV show that they don't.
Yeah,
Everyone has their guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
Don't laugh at me, Mikey.
Okay.
We'll go lift together. We'll go lift. We'll get that testosterone going.
Ooh, a Mikey Black. Yeah, it's going to get heating up in here.
Oh, yeah.
The heat is on.
It is on.
Black versus Heaton.
R.I.P. Glenn Fry.
No, so I love how hard you guys work and how much you promote and how much you put out there. You guys are grinders, man.
Well, someone has to do it.
and not like the website.
We have to do it.
You what?
I said no one's going to do it for us. So
Yeah, I know, and that's why I do. That's why I always work so much. You know, why I do this because no one's gonna do it for you.
Exactly.
Jared, you ain't talking much, man.
I'm not a big talker.
You're not.
No.
We're gonna talk here in a minute.
Jared.
Because you have a kid, right?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. How old's your kid?
He's 7.
7. All right. So I want to ask you this real quick.
Okay.
So I read that life gets on average, when you have a kid, life gets $525 more a month expensive. I think I said that right. Maybe I phrased that wrong.
It's quite expensive. Not just like cost of living and everything that's needed, but he's an only child, so we kind of spoil him.
Mm-hmm. Gets everything he wants.
Yeah.
No.
New toy.
He is such a sweet kid, though.
Yeah. He's into like really cool things like horror movies and.
He's one of those cool kids. He's so far not wanting to rebel against dad yet. No. So far what dad likes, he likes. So it's still really cool right now.
You got a couple more years and then he's just going to hate you.
And he's going to be wearing backwards hats.
Hopefully not.
Shorts, hosting podcasts.
This is the same guy that last time on 20 questions I asked him. I asked Mikey, I said, what job do you think you can lie your way into without any experience and no one would notice? He goes, radio.
Hey, this is my 4th podcast. I'm basically a professional now.
Right.
Mikey always with the shots on here.
I'm speaking clearly. I'm not high out of my mind. I had my coffee. I'm good. I'm ready to go.
Had a good show. He's feeling all right.
Show.
But Jared, I feel like, if my mom keeps telling me I'm about almost 30. I'll be 30 in June. She's like, Jackson, when are you going to give me a grandkid? And I just feel like I'd be selfish.
Never.
I feel like I'd be selfish as a parent.
It's very easy to be selfish. I can't say that I'm not, but it's I would say having a kid, don't have a kid. But
having a kid, don't have one of these. These things are the worst.
Yeah, they really are. I love my son, but I don't like kids.
See, I feel like they'd be like, Dad, can I get this new toy? I'm like, no, I need a recliner.
See, it's hard sometimes because I'm a drummer, so it's like I have really expensive equipment.
Mm-hmm.
Almost every piece of my drum set is fairly expensive, so it's like, do I really want to spend money on him, or do I want to get more gear for myself?
Does he really need to eat? I need some new sticks.
He had a meal yesterday.
So I want a lot more than I actually get, but I still am kind of selfish.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of where I am too, because my wife and I have kind of discussed it too, and it's like both of us would be too selfish. It's like we're still enjoying living our lives and doing what we want. We don't want the additional responsibility of, ooh, now there's this tiny thing that 100% depends on us for everything.
Yeah.
We're not ready for that.
See, I feel like karma's going to bite me in the ass. So me and my brother, most spoiled bitches ever when we were growing up. I mean, our dad, doctor, wealthy, all that. So we never wanted for anything. We had excess of everything.
Yep.
And then in college, he put me up in a 1-bedroom in the middle of Midtown, and credit card got paid. And I have a saying, nothing easier than daddy's money.
Duh.
Like knowing that check came every month, I never had to look at my credit card bill. I just know it got paid.
Yeah.
And I feel bad about that now, but I hate that. But I always think my dad.
Did you get a loan of $1 million?
I had $1,000 a month spending money.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wish I had that.
I always say to every girl, I go, if a girl dated me in college, you had a good freaking life. You were going to the finest restaurant.
Daddy.
You were going to the finest restaurants all the time. We'd go to weekend getaways in like Panama City or Tybee Island. And then now that it's no daddy's money, I was like I'm missing that now.
Call up your dad every so often. Hey.
I actually talked to my dad on the way here, and we were talking about that, and I was like, nothing easier than daddy's money. It's like knowing that check was coming, and there would be times where I'd spend the $1,000 by like the 4th.
Oh God!
I once bought an entire bar in Athens, 2 rounds of beers.
Why?
In Athens, Georgia.
I was
actually seriously. Okay, so I'm not part of the bar and drinking culture. It's a little bit. I don't understand it. What is the purpose of that?
I was the most popular guy in the world that night.
Okay, so when you do that, does everyone announce like this guy right here?
Yeah.
Okay, so I've never been a part of that sort of
I
thing,
made
so
sure
don't
I get
know.
the props. Like,
Okay,
this guy's buying your beers.
That just seems so, I don't know. That I wouldn't.
No,
do
that's
that.
just a sign of a true radio guy. It's like, hey, look at me.
That's true. Yeah.
No shot right there,
Maybe I should
Mikey.
start doing that. Be like, hey, this guy from the fill-ins just bought everyone beers.
I think my bill was like $600.
Never mind, this guy from the fill-ins didn't buy no one beers.
Just kidding.
I think my bill was like $600, and after tip, it was like $750 or $780.
Hey, good man, but I wouldn't do that.
No, my dad was pissed
The bar loved you, but
because I put it on my dad's credit card. You can imagine the questions I got the next day.
you're in
Son,
trouble.
how much were you actually drinking?
I've never been so scared in my life.
Son, you're in trouble.
Oh man, I was spending on that. I would spend it on golf. I would go shopping all the time. I was just a real asshole. So that's why I was scared of having kids. I'm scared of karma biting me in the ass. My kid's gonna have a job when he's like 4. If you can walk, you can work.
Son, I'm gonna need you to drive me to work. Here's the keys.
All right, Daddy's going out to MC. Pick me up here at 1.
But I'm only 5.
I don't care. You know
care.
the way. You know the way.
You know, I was getting one of those self-driving cars. It's like, no, just monitor the car. It's like,
Right.
get in there and just like make sure everything goes according to plan.
5-year-olds filling out insurance forms.
Hey, how would that work? Like, you know, a self-driving car gets pulled over by a cop.
Just a kid in there filling out tax.
No, but I wonder how that works. So you know how we're about to have self-driving cars and all that, and you know that's getting more popular. It's like how's that going to work? Like how's that going to be regulated or pulled over by a cop?
Well, I guess in a sense that wouldn't really be pulled over by a cop because it'd be following all traffic laws. It wouldn't be doing anything to get pulled over.
But is there a
Because
person in the
it's
cop car?
Well, no. If it's a self, no, I'm sure there's gonna have to be people driving cop cars. These self-driving cars are gonna be for the consumers.
No.
So the self-driving cars, I really don't see getting pulled over because if it's, let's say Google, they're the ones really doing some of the self-driving cars. If you buy the new Google car, they're of course not going to be programmed to go above the speed limit. They're going to
Right.
follow traffic signs
But-
and everything else. So they're not going to get pulled over.
Technological errors.
Well, of course, technological errors, but I would believe that in that sort of scenario, instead of pulling it over, they'd wind up keying in whatever code is on the back and sending a little beep thing over to Google headquarters.
Because I'm sure a license plate will be tied to a barcode or something like
Yeah.
that with these
Yeah, and by the
electric
time these
cars.
self-driving cars come out, because we already have dash cams, who's to say this dash cam isn't going to be able to read a QR code or something that's on the back of this car? That way it can immediately send a signal to whoever the manufacturer of the car is.
You know, like Uber or Google or Amazon, Lyft, whatever. They're thinking about how Uber and Lyft like self-driving Uber cars.
Domino's even. Domino's has that.
Yeah.
I would never. I would feel weird about that.
Really?
If I got into an Uber and it was just like there was no one driving, it was just self-driving.
Kit's taking you home.
That would be a little odd. That would definitely take some adjustment.
Yeah.
And I'm just picturing like an empty car bringing your pizza too.
All right,
from
when
Domino's.
you get in an Uber, do you chat with the driver, or are you like in the car to get to your destination?
I mean, sometimes I'll chat. My brother's the freaking worst. So, man, my brother will get in the car. So, how's your night going? How long you been doing this? Having a good night? I'm like, Jason, shut the fuck up.
See, I'm one of those guys where since I live in the city, I still don't have a car. I take public transit almost everywhere. So if I wake up a little late for work in the morning, I'll take an Uber to work instead of taking the bus. I am not a morning person, except for here. I have coffee. I'm nice. I'm talking about 5 o'clock in the morning, not my cup of tea. If I'm getting an Uber, please don't talk to me. Please. It's so early in the morning. I haven't had my coffee. My day's just started. I don't know how it's going to be yet. Don't ask that question. I've been awake for 45 minutes. I just want to get to work. Why are you so chipper at 6 o'clock in the morning? Would you please shut up?
You know, I drove for Uber for about 3 months, like 2 years ago.
Right.
I hated it, man. I
Right.
get in the car and people would talk to me and I'd be like, just shut the hell up and let me drive you to wherever you're going.
And it's not a disrespect thing of, just like, shut up and drive me. It's not coming from that point of view, but it's just like, within this 10-minute drive, we're not going to have a valuable conversation. I would rather not. I've got some stuff I need to do anyway. And plus, if I'm talking to you, you're not paying attention to the GPS. And 9 times out of 10, you're going to miss your turn anyway, because that seems to be my luck with Uber drivers. So the less amount of distraction I can give you, the better.
Yeah. I'll tell you. And then Amazon now has drone shipping.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Are they
That's
actually
what I
able to-
want, man. I'm self-driving cars. That's cool and all. I'm waiting for Star Wars days when everybody's in a flying vehicle and there's multiple layers and like everyone's going different.
Well, see, you getting a
directions.
fender bender on ground, you're cool. You getting a fender bender up in the air, you're dead.
Population
And
control.
a lot of
There
other
we
people
go.
are dead too,
Yeah.
depending on how many stacks, like what you were saying.
Yeah, that's fine.
And human beings are terrible drivers of cars already.
Well,
I can't
there's-
imagine.
Oh,
when they're-
well, if
Self-flying
it's,
drones.
I was going to say, well, if it's flying at this point, if we're already talking about self-driving cars, all of that would probably be self-driving.
Yeah.
If technology is progressing in such a way, who's to say there
Put me in
wouldn't
a
be able
cryo
to be some
chamber, wake
sort
me
of
up when
almost
that
invisible
happens.
highway that it's on a track that it follows through?
Mikey's just writing his own episodes of Futurama over here.
I've never seen. You know, I just saw Walking Dead for the first time.
Don't waste your
I've only
time.
seen the first episode.
Really?
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Enough
know
for me.
that's a polarizing statement, but yeah, just don't waste your time.
I've never seen Game of Thrones either.
Me neither. I'll be
It's
honest. The first
long.
2 seasons, the first 2 or 3 seasons of Walking Dead was really good,
And then I hear it tailors off.
it does,
Yeah.
and with the amount you have to invest with the later seasons to get the good parts of the episodes, it's just not worth your time. There's so much more quality stuff out.
Yeah.
Don't follow the herd. Don't be a sheep on that.
I love Alex Stiff, man. Man,
The
Fucking
villains
sheep,
do not
bro.
endorse The Walking Dead.
I love these
The
guys.
comic
You
book
are
is
just
cool.
one of the coolest people, some of the coolest people ever. Oh, real quick, shout out to Andrew Riley, Doghouse Atlanta, for videoing this.
Dude,
Thank you very much. We love it.
Awesome. Big round of applause.
Big round of applause for Andrew Riley. Kills it every time.
Love this guy.
Official video of the Scoped podcast.
Hell
We
yeah.
love him.
And
We love
official video guy for the fill-ins, because this is the second show for us he's filmed.
Oh, right on, yeah.
Yes.
Andrew and I, we've been working together a long time to make this scene a little bigger, a little better, and he's killing it, man.
He's good
Love
at
it.
it. And he's got.
You know what one of the funniest things ever was?
What?
Was the Dave Chappelle spoof of the what was it? What's the character's name?
Oh, the Negan, yeah, where he-
Negan on The Walking Dead.
SNL.
That shit was hilarious.
He's just killing off his old characters.
I hadn't seen that yet.
Oh, it's
It's pretty
hysterical. You got to see it.
I
I
can't,
gotta check that out.
I can't memorize it. I'm not going to try to do Dave Chappelle voice or anything like that, but it should be on YouTube.
Mikey, question for you.
Yo.
So Josh in Flashback Flash last night, y'all both, good lead guitar, and he was having problems with one of his amps. Like he wasn't getting any sound of it. And I was like, as a band, like how do you keep going when something like that happens? When your lead guitar or something like that, not getting any sound and you can't hear it.
We've had that.
Yeah, we have. That's why I don't use a pedal board
Mm.
because there's a lot of wires and ins and outs. So that's why I keep it straight into the amp. So if something's messing up, it's one chord.
But that can throw your entire sound off
oh,
if your
yeah.
lead guitar is out.
True. Just roll with it, keep it going, try to figure it out.
But how long of a process does that take before you get comfortable enough to where something big like that happens and you just can keep going? Like I'm sure when first starting out, you like freak out and you're like, oh my gosh.
But you eventually learn to not just take yourself so seriously.
Yeah.
Just have fun.
Because last time we played over here, that happened to me on the Star Bar stage where I played on the house cabinet, and my amp head just kind of takes a tumble and cuts the sound out. And the only thing you can do is be like, well, let's get this shit back up and hope the band keeps going.
Yeah, and honestly, that's something we even thought about even early on before we even started playing shows. One thing I even told them was if one person stops, we keep playing. You know, it's like drums never stop playing. Until I turn around and give like a cut, we don't stop playing. I don't care who in the front winds up not playing. The band as a whole just does not stop. So in that scenario, while that song's playing, Mikey and I kind of look at each other, we nod and we just keep going. And Jared, just keeps going the beat because he knows basically until I turn around and, do that, he's just on autopilot. He's on go. So Mikey and I just keep it rolling. So, I mean, stuff happens, we're all humans, and technology isn't perfect. So stuff's going to wind up happening. So you can't just buckle under the pressure. You just got to knock it out and take care of business.
And of course,
That's exactly what they did last night.
Yeah,
So
and they just trucked
played it
on
off.
through, and that's why seeing stuff like that, I'm just like, yes, thank you. It's professionalism without thinking about it.
And let's give a quick shout out to Flashback Flash. Absolutely killed it last night.
Amazing
yes.
band. They blew me away. Because speaking of Andrew, his Doghouse playlist turned me on to those guys, and ever since I've been listening to them, jamming out to them, and hit them up. And we got the show together, and I was enjoying it as a fan.
right.
You know, it's like it was great to play, but at the same time, I'm right up front, singing along to the first EP, which I had on repeat for weeks.
Yeah. And one thing I love about the fill-ins, you'll always bring energy, no matter how many people's in the crowd or or whatever. It's just always the same energy.
Well, you have to.
You have to do it
because the way I think we all just kind of see it is. Everyone works, everyone has to spend money. So if you've taken the time out of your evening to come see us and spend money, we're going to give you a show. It doesn't matter if there's one person in the audience or 1,000 people there. You took the time to come see us. It would be disrespectful of us to give you anything less than the best show possible.
right.
We would never want to phone it in because there's only a couple people in the audience. Those couple people matter more than a ton of people that came out because they are here. They aren't.
it's just fun, and you just kind of want to emulate the kind of like musician and band you want to see on stage too.
Yeah.
Tell me about Heat Energy. Heat Energy.
Yeah, that's an energy drink thing that we started up. It's a no sugar B12, B6 vitamin. It's almost more of a vitamin supplement more than it is an energy drink because it's low caffeine, low sodium, and
Zero sugar.
And that's the big kicker on it because sure, you can still get a whole bunch of sugar-free energy drinks now, but with the blend of the vitamins and the
Hydrochloric acid.
thank you.
Hydrochloric acid?
Well,
That's a big word.
Yeah.
See, here's the cool
just-
thing about it. So since Mikey has had a background in vitamins and knowing about different supplements, I was able to send him a couple different ingredient lists. And one of them that I sent, he was like, dude, this is perfect. And almost everyone that's tried it has said that it's been one of the best energy drinks they've tried.
I've never tried it.
Hey, and we haven't tried
We
Scott
have-
Fly
yeah.
either, so
Oh, there we go. It's so good.
You see what happens?
It's all like 7.5% and above. Scofflaw, thank you for sponsoring the podcast. Love you.
No, I'm absolutely kidding. No. So no, it's just a really cool thing because it's a fun way of separating us from other local bands because we were wanting to do coffee and then a bunch of bands did coffee. We're like, we're not going to do that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And we wanted, talking about, brand deals, we wanted to do something that we could actually promote and, be like, yes, this is something that we want and we use because we love energy drinks. So once we got it out there, it just felt kind of natural promoting it and stuff. And we got it out in a few stores and it's been pretty fun.
Yeah, I love it. I want to try one.
Well, we'll definitely
Y'all
bring it
ship
next
me some
time.
Hate Energy. I'll ship you some Scofflaw.
There you go.
Ew.
Sounds good to me.
We'll give you Cap's address.
Yep.
And then we saw each other at Slaughter Q a couple weeks ago.
Yes. Oh my God, that was such a fun festival. Cap and I came down for that.
Yeah, we just like to come visit, even if we're not playing or anything like that either.
There's always something so cool going on in Atlanta all the
yeah.
time. And so those bands at Slaughter Q absolutely killed it.
Yeah, I definitely came down for Stir and Gunpowder, and just both of those bands, no matter what stage they're on, they kill it.
No.
Whether it's a tiny little bar stage or a big theater stage, both of those bands they own it every time.
I like how every time we come down to Atlanta, there's always something going on where everybody's in costume. Like we
Right?
went to the Halloween parade yesterday, and everybody's all decked out. Then we go to Slaughter Q 2 weeks before, and everybody's all decked out. Everybody's a cartoon character down here.
See, I've never dressed. I don't dress up a ton. I don't know
Really?
why. It's not that I'm against it. I just never seem to dress up.
I don't either, really.
So I think for this Halloween, I'm going to be something.
Hmm.
There's a new Machine Gun Kelly tattoo thing, or not Post Malone.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
think I'm just going to dress up with all the tattoos all over me. I want a tattoo so bad. I almost got one on my forearm.
Mm-hmm.
The tagline of my radio show,
Yeah.
Cause trouble and have fun doing it.
Hey,
But
that's
my-
awesome.
But my mother was like begged me and prayed that I wouldn't get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to respect Mama.
Oh, Mom, she did so much for me.
My dad used to say, I'll just rip that off with a fork.
Ow,
ever got a tattoo.
That's morbid.
Just that angry old school dad, I hate tattoos line.
Ooh.
You got to respect old school dads, man.
You do.
Yeah.
You do.
Back in the good old days when you could just beat a kid's ass.
Hey, I got my ass tore off constantly. And
Dude, I
that's
got spanked.
Yeah.
and the thing is I don't hate my parents for it. I understood why
It
they
taught me
did it.
respect.
Thank you. Yes.
It's like, I knew, okay, I'm not going to do that again. I'll get my ass beat again if I do that.
No.
I don't know. I think it's today's society, we baby kids too much.
Well, it's not only that. It's we baby kids, but also I feel that parents don't understand the difference between discipline and beating.
Right,
There's a
right.
huge difference between beating a kid and disciplining your child. And I think that line gets blurred at times. And for that alone, I'm kind of glad that spanking, quote unquote, has kind of been put to an end because it feels like there aren't enough responsible people to understand that line. So
Right.
I would rather it just be gone than to risk that going bad.
Well, now kids from kindergarten are taught if your parents yell at you or if they lay a hand on you, you go report them to.
It's ridiculous.
I'm just like-
I would have never in my mind considered reporting my mom.
I didn't know
for
what that
giving me
meant.
A whack or two on the butt
You
for
can do
talking
that?
back to her.
You can, they'll believe me if I tell them that my parents were like back when I was a kid. If you said like my parents were beating me, they would look at you and say, "Okay, go back to class."
Yeah. You probably deserved it.
They just didn't believe kids back in the day.
No, they didn't.
Kids are stupid.
I know. I was one.
They did a lot of stupid shit back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like people want to get offended when you're like, oh, kids are more intelligent than you think. No, they're not. I was one. I remember. I was an idiot.
I don't know. It's just crazy. Like the kids are babied all the time. Like they're just given everything with a spoon now. Like I was very spoiled as a kid, but always taught respect and responsibility that came along
You were
with
still
that.
raised with manners.
Yes.
You weren't allowed to just run wild.
Yeah, and was raised with a work ethic and all
Yep.
that. So I mean, I don't know. I could talk about today's kids all
Oh,
day.
I
mean-
could too. I could too. My first job was at 16. Like literally the month I turned 16, I got my first part-time job.
Bunch
Because it's
of-
like I wanted to work and I wanted money.
Bunch of late 20-year-olds going, the kids these days. That's how bad it is.
My first
Hey,
job
I've
was
got
when I was,
arthritis. I have a right to bitch.
Fair enough.
my first job was when I was 14 at a restaurant busting tables.
Oh, word.
Yeah, washing dishes.
Nice.
Yeah, but I mean, it taught me respect. And then I was a bag boy at a grocery store like for a year and a half through high school.
Something that all of us were talking about is I believe that everyone in their life at some point has to work a customer service job, whether it be wait staff, cook, phone service, email, retail worker. You need to work dealing with the public at least for a year. At least for a year, it will completely change your perspective.
Yep.
For sure.
You'll learn to hate society, and then you'll make an energy drink out of it.
I was going more down the line of you'll learn to respect your waitresses and your bartenders and the people in the service industry. You will actually understand how much hard work and pressure they're under. And I honestly think that if everyone were to work that job at least for a year, that would honestly change the world more than anything that's going on.
People suck, and having to deal with them, it changes your way of thinking.
It really does. It really does.
I don't know.
It's character.
So where are the fill-ins playing outside of Charlotte and Atlanta? Where y'all at?
We ride on up to, of all places, Norton, West Virginia, to this tiny little venue called The Rim. Amazing group of folks there. And the thing is a lot of people want to ignore the small towns. The small towns is where it's at because those people love rock and roll. They love music. And there's not a lot going on up there. So if there's a bar that can host live music, you go up there and give them a good show, the town's gonna come out, and it's gonna be a blast and you're gonna have a good time. So aside from Atlanta, that's one of our other favorite places to go hit up. Along with local, what was the place we did with Richie Ramone? and the Dwarves?
506 in Chapel Hill.
That's a really cool spot too.
And Art Bar in Columbia, South Carolina.
Yes, shout out to those guys too.
So we're trying to figure out the circuit along the East Coast.
Yeah, slowly getting our way out there some. We hit speed bumps every so often, but it never stops us.
We all hit speed bumps, man.
Oh, yeah.
We all hit speed bumps.
Oh, yeah.
It's a way of life, and the way you become successful is how you deal with that when you hit the speed bumps.
Right.
Yep.
It's like people that will come in here to the radio station and they'll be like, I don't want to mess up. Like, board ops or whatever.
Right.
I'll be like, don't think about, not messing up. You're going to mess up.
Oh, yeah.
Just think about what you're going to do when it happens.
Mm-hmm.
It's like what Mitch Hedberg said. You get lost in the woods, fuck it, build a house.
That's right.
Perfect.
That's a great analogy for that. Good job, Ryan.
You get lost in the woods.
Where'd you
fucking
pull
build a
that
house.
one from? You pulled that analogy. That's
All right, guys, you ready?
20 questions.
20 questions.
Oh, yeah. 20 questions time.
No,
All right, so we got Alex, we got Cap, we got Mikey, we got Jared from the fill-ins out of Charlotte, North Carolina. You like Cap or James better?
most people call me Cap. That's
I'm
fine.
gonna call you Cap.
Yeah.
That's what I call it.
Captain.
All right, now you remember this is rapid fire.
Rapid fire.
First thing that comes to your mind, we move on. All right?
All right.
I'm first.
No. I'm just
Oh.
pointing at you. I'm not asking you the same question. Because you thought to throw shots at me in 20 questions.
He only does that to the people he feels comfortable with.
I
and he
love you,
likes.
Mikey. You know I
See
love
it as
you.
a term of endearment.
You know I love you. All right, Alex, starting with you. You ready?
All right.
Rapid fire. If you didn't have to sleep, what would you do with the extra time? No musical answers.
Eat.
Eat?
I love to eat.
Lame.
Lame. You a foodie?
Oh yeah.
What do you like to eat?
Honestly, if we're going like if I'm gonna get super particular on like I'll only eat at a certain restaurant to get this food, sushi.
I love sushi. It's my favorite food.
Yes.
All right, Cap. What's your favorite piece of clothing you own or have owned?
Speedo.
His man thong. He's got it on right now. It's green. Rapid fire.
I know it.
Rapid fire. Rapid fire.
I know it. What's that? I got
Your hat.
Oh, yeah, my
How
hat.
about the hat you wear almost every day?
Yeah. Cap.
His hate energy
How about my
hat.
Hate energy hat?
Cap's
Yeah.
cap.
I had to think about it. I was like, I got a lot of things I like to wear.
See, my favorite one is my scofflaw hat.
There you go.
I have like 4 of them, but I wear the same one. Hate energy. All right. Mikey, what hobby would you get into if time and money weren't an issue?
Oh, I drive really fast cars.
What's your favorite?
What's my favorite?
Yeah.
I have no idea. I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Dang it.
I
Jared.
just want to get in something loud and powerful.
That's great.
That is.
What is the most annoying habit that other people have?
I don't know. Other people have.
Rapid fire, rapid fire.
Dead air. Dead air.
Rapido. Anybody want to take a stab?
I have no idea.
What's the most annoying habit that other people have?
Asking me random questions.
I knew he'd get a shot in. Oh man, I love it. I love it. Alex.
Yes, sir.
What skill would you like to master?
Wow. That one is loaded because there is a lot. I'd love to hone in my video editing skills. I would like to have enough time to really learn producing. I would like to have enough time to really dig in and learn about audio mixing and mastering and stuff like that and photo editing. So if time and money weren't an option, I would just completely delve into anything photo, music, and video related.
One of my favorite Atlanta metal bands came on, and every answer to the 20 questions was drugs. It was absolutely hysterical. Order of the Owl. Check out that episode. It was amazing. All right, Cap. What state or country do you never want to go back to?
I could not go back to Alabama. I know it's a cliche answer, but it's true.
Alabama does suck. There are good parts of Alabama. I've only been to the southern part and
Go to the
for hog hunting, and that was a little crazy.
I bet.
Mikey, what songs have you completely memorized other than your own?
Ooh. I'll give you a random one. I know all the words to Hey Hey Yeah Yeah by 3 Non-Blondes or whatever it's called.
I don't know.
4 non-blondes?
4 Non-Blondes.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that one.
I say, hey, what's going on?
All right, Jared. When people come to you for help, what help do they usually ask for?
Drums.
It's just drums is one thing, but typically it's just someone to listen on. I mean, might not have the best advice, but I'm always like a good
Good listener.
Yeah.
He's a good friend.
Good shoulder to cry on.
Yeah, if you need a vent or something, I'm there for it. I might not have any answers, but you can at least get everything off your chest.
You do look like a passionate person.
He's a really good guy.
I think I want to spill some emotional stuff out to you later.
All right.
Those kind eyes.
I saw a couch out there. I'm sure it's comfy. Just go ahead and lay down. It's all
Alex, what would be your first question after waking up from being cryogenically frozen for 100 years?
Do I know it's that many years? Or is it just like I'm waking up and they told me it was how many years?
They told you it had been 100 years.
Honestly, where's my family? Because that would be my number one. I'd care about my family and any sort of lineage on that. Be like, if I was frozen, was anyone else from my family frozen? I'd care about my closest people first.
Mine would be, all right, I'm sure there's a lot of technological advancements, but please tell me beer is just still beer.
We only have cranberry ale.
They still playing our music?
Did the fill-ins ever make it? Did we ever become an indie band like cult success? Did the thing happen where I disappeared and all of a sudden people appreciated us?
All right. Cap, what are some small things that make your day better?
Food, snacks, just little things.
Mikey, what's something you like to do the old-fashioned way? Hey-o.
Everything. Oh, what do you mean old-fashioned?
I don't know.
That's a weird question.
It's your question.
Oh, yeah. Shut up, Alex. Budget cuts.
This damn budget cuts.
That's an inside joke from earlier. It's like, okay, millennials are killing a lot of things, right?
All right. I still go to the mall.
I haven't been to a
walking
mall
around
in
the mall.
forever.
Yeah, see.
I still love chain restaurants like Applebee's. I love Applebee's.
Dude, they got $1 margaritas all
Hell yeah.
October.
When I was in Athens, we used to go to Applebee's, which had plasma screens everywhere, and we used to just get fucked up off cheap Blue Moon, and they treat you like family when you're there. I always feel like family when I'm at the Bees.
Bees. Hell yeah.
And they're killing American cheese.
What?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
I will single-handedly save American cheese.
I'm like, what, you not eat grilled cheese sandwiches anymore?
Do you not eat nachos?
I mean,
do you not like
what do you put,
Velveeta,
pepper
which is
jack on your nachos? No, you put American cheese on your nachos.
Is there a difference between American cheese and Velveeta? Let's be real. Is there
Really?
a difference between American cheese
No.
and Velveeta? Thank you.
No.
Okay.
What are you putting, provolone on your nachos? No. Get the fuck out of here.
Put my provolone on some roast beef. And
I will mess
sourdough.
up some provolone on some roast beef. I get serious about my sandwiches.
All right,
though.
sorry. Question for you: roast beef, raw or cooked?
Raw.
Thank you, sir. Excellent. You're a good man.
You're a good man. No, I get very serious about my turkey sandwiches. So I buy all the ingredients.
Mm-hmm.
I'll spend time with the spicy mustard.
Yeah.
Put on some good boar's head turkey.
Mm-hmm.
A piece of provolone, piece of pepper jack.
I'm more of a ham guy.
Ham. I like a good ham.
Honey smoked ham.
I know.
And
then some fresh lettuce on it. Oh, love a good sandwich, man.
Sorry to derail.
Sorry, we love our sandwiches. That was whose question is it?
Jared's.
Jared. What have you only recently formed an opinion about? Maybe Jared should take a break from 20 questions.
I don't really have.
I really don't have opinions.
Yeah, I really don't.
I don't really think.
I don't get bothered about things.
He just plays the drums like a badass.
You're not really gonna offend me. I don't know. I don't really have
He
opinions.
just sits there and plays the drums. I love it. You're an awesome drummer, so it's okay.
See,
You
that's
get away
the
with
way we hire our drummers. They just say yes and play drums.
it. Yes, the feelings are the best. Yes, feelings. Hate energy. Yes.
I like to play.
I like to play.
I like to play.
All right, Alex.
Yes,
Alex,
sir.
keep it going. Let's keep it going. What's worth spending more on to get the best?
Food.
God, go up with something other than food, you damn foodie.
Guitar gear.
I said no musical answers.
For that question. You didn't say for this question. You gotta be specific.
For any question.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Hey,
Wow. Okay.
this is my world.
Heaton ruling with an iron fist in here. All right. Woo. All right. Something that. Okay. So he's taking food off the table. He's taking music off the table. He's taking my life off the table. I'm ready to go. Okay. No. Something that. Honestly, anything technology. If you're buying a computer, if you're buying a TV, don't just cheap out. If it's coming down to you're spending a couple $100 on something, don't cheap out and go, oh well, this is $50 cheaper. Go for the one that you know is going to be better. Spend the extra $50 because it's going to last you longer.
Yeah. I bought a fishing pole from Walmart one time and it broke in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
There you go.
'Cause I love my fishing.
And how much was it?
It was like $20
Compared to
like the $400 I spent on a good fly rod.
So here's the thing. So you're sitting here going, oh, this is only $20. It breaks. Let's buy a new one.
Yeah.
How many times are you going to do that and all of a sudden you spent that money that
Yeah.
you would have had and you would have still had that rod and you would have known it and it would have been broken into your specifications?
That was phenomenal. All right. Yeah. Well, what would you rate an absolute 10 out of 10? Anything, just 10 out of 10, perfect.
Not music
Not
or food
music
related.
Or food related. That's gonna be hard then.
It can be food related.
No, it can be food related. Double stuffed Oreos.
10
That's
out
an
of
absolute
10.
10 out of
Fuck
10.
it, yeah.
Captain None.
10 out of 10,
double-stuffed
all the
Oreos.
way.
Out of anything in the world that could have been selected, double stuffed Oreos.
Mine is
are the 10 out of 10.
unfrosted strawberry Pop-Tarts. With a little toasted with a little butter.
Unfrosted?
Yeah, I don't like the frost.
You
I think I saw that on
All right,
Instagram.
everything I just said about your raw roast beef sandwiches have just gone out the window. You are, wow.
You can't put butter on the frosting because then it just like it all
Why are you
runs off
putting
and it
butter
doesn't-
on a Pop-Tart?
I love it. Toast.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah, toasted
I've
Pop-Tart,
never
put a
heard
little
of this
butter
either.
on there. Oh, man. Oh, it's phenomenal.
I've never
Try
heard
it.
this.
Y'all are disgusting.
No.
That's not disgusting. I've just never heard of anyone
The
doing
frosting is just too much sugar, I think, for me.
that. Okay, I'll take it. No, because I'm not a big sugar guy either. I can't argue with that.
Yeah. I think you really like look at me differently now because I don't like frosted Pop-Tarts.
I'm really looking at you. I'm like, damn.
I feel like your opinion of me has changed.
Way.
Fucking sorry, bro. Mikey, what fad or trend do you hope makes a comeback?
Short hair.
Short hair.
But like, well, at least in Charlotte, I see too many man buns. And it pisses me off because all throughout high school, I had long hair, and everyone's just like, you should really get a haircut, man. I'm like, all
And you
right.
finally
I
did it.
broke down, got a haircut. 2 years later, everyone's just like, long hair is so cool. You can get a man bun. I'm like, God damn it.
I had really long hair in high school, too. It was like,
I saw that
Yeah.
photo you posted.
yeah, like really long hair. It's beautiful. All right. Jared, where do you wish you were from? This is a bad question.
Yeah,
but
it
I
is a
think-
bad question because I like where I'm from. I'm from Fort Mill, South Carolina.
It's a really nice, pretty
It's
town.
basically a suburb of Charlotte, but I've lived there my whole life and I like it. It's close enough to the city.
You really do get the best of both worlds because
You really
it's close enough to the city to where, you still feel connected to everything.
Yep.
You still go out and enjoy the nightlife and everything, but you're still disconnected enough to where you don't feel like you're smack dab in the city.
I will say this: if I could choose, I would have been from anywhere outside the Bible Belt because Sundays growing up sucked a lot from being forced to go to church and just things not being open.
Mhm.
Not really. It seemed like Sundays were like no fun.
Especially in the
Growing
smaller
up.
towns like
Yeah.
that.
But
that
now
are-
it's like
We get out of church and we watch our NASCAR. don't fuck with my Sundays. You get out of church and you watch NASCAR. You drink a couple Bud Lights, watching NASCAR, you fall asleep, and it's still going when you wake up, and then you finish the race. With like 10 laps left, you're like, go, 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 go.
that's the only time you're really need to tune into NASCAR is like the last 20 to 10 laps, and it's just like, all right, this is going to be a fun 30 minutes.
It's the same thing the entire race. He goes, all right, they went around one lap.
Left turn.
It's like with baseball season. I watch the beginning, a couple games in the middle, and then the end. I can't watch an entire season of baseball.
Right.
You
Just
drink,
too many games.
you drink 3 or 4 beers during the first few laps. You take a nap. By the time you wake up, the race is over.
All right, last question. It's for all of you.
All right.
Alex, what do most people think about you that is absolutely not true?
You asked us this last time.
I know, but some people.
Well, because my answer last time is still my main answer. Now I gotta think of something different. Something that people think about me that is just not true. You actually did really stump me on that one. Cap, you go first since it's for everyone. Come back to me.
Some think about me that's not true. Some girl told me that I looked like Justin Timberlake before. I'm like, so you are drunk.
The hell are you looking at? If he was like really, really skinny.
What's that? Yeah, right.
Right. You don't have the ramen noodle hair.
No.
Mikey.
I'm hungry. Most people, if they look at social media or they just see me walking around, they probably just assume I'm a dumb meathead.
You are very educated.
Yeah.
You are. You said hydrochloric acid.
Hey, he helped us come
Hard
up
word.
with the thing, so.
Yeah, that's probably it. Just a dumb jock-looking guy. Shouldn't have cut my hair.
Should have.
Just kept it.
No. It's great hair though.
Appreciate it.
See, my hairline's getting bad. Like I shaved my head in July,
Right.
Yeah.
and now it's
Right
finally
before
growing
the
back.
wedding.
But I have a horrible hairline. What? You doing another shot at me?
What? No, you were at your friend's wedding or some shit.
Yeah. And then everybody was being different. And then
You feel so sensitive to it. You said he's throwing the shot at me now.
Say what?
Mikey, I thought we were friends.
lucky
Showing
bro.
that I listen to the podcast and I pay attention.
No, yeah, everyone was being difficult, so I just went an hour before the ceremony where I was the best man.
Right.
Yeah, and I loved it, but my mom convinced me to grow it back for the winter. But my hairline is so bad just because my dad and my granddad. And,
I had the same issue. I'll have the McDonald's logo before I die.
But see, I'm not gonna do any of that. Once it starts going, I'm just gonna keep it. But I have the really big scar on the side of my head.
That's right. Yeah.
So, but which is my badass appeal.
Yeah, of course.
Like I don't know how the guy got that
Heaton
scar.
was on that day.
Motherfucker got a Heaton beaten. But not in that way because it was a dude. But it was a badass kind of Heaton beaten. Not the kind of girl gets. Maybe edit that out. Maybe not. I don't know. Jared, what do most people think about you that is absolutely not true?
I can't use that shit.
They think he's quiet, but he's really just,
Right.
That is the weird thing is in the car, he will throw out some stuff that will just get the car just absolutely rolling. Not literally, thank God.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know. I was gonna say people think I'm a good drummer, but I'm really mediocre at best.
You killed it last night, man.
You wouldn't be in the
Perfect
band if
for
you were
us.
mediocre.
Well, yeah, but I don't know.
Andrew, how's this looking? Looking good? All right.
Excellent.
Hell yeah.
Shout out to all you people. We love you. Thank you. Rock on.
No, and
All right. Did you think of anything yet,
yes,
Alex?
I did. Yes, I did. People that just automatically assume that all I listen to is just punk and rock and roll. Essentially, all I don't listen to would be current rap and current pop and country. That's about it. But it's like I can really get
3 major genres, but okay.
I said current.
Current. Oh, yeah.
Current.
Current.
No, like some of the original.
Asshole.
No, like some of like the early rap and the Johnny Cash era and Waylon Jennings kind of country. I love all that stuff. I like 80s new wave, like The Cure, Bauhaus, stuff like that. It's like, I like a little bit of it all. And to be completely honest, I hadn't listened to much punk lately. Like I've been digging into the new Ramones expanded and remastered albums they've been doing 40th anniversary remixes. Oh, and God, just for the since Cap and I do studio stuff, listening to the remixes and picking it apart, it's just been like absolute producer porn. But
Right.
aside from that, I really hadn't listened to too much punk rock. I've just been enjoying just stuff with a really good beat and a good melody to it.
All right. I'll answer for final question. Have y'all listened to the episode where I scoped myself?
I
No.
did, but that was a while ago.
I have not.
It's good. I was having a rough day. It was a Friday, so I just turned on the mic and I just scoped it was just me.
Yeah.
It was just me. It was fun. All right. So most people think I'm extremely cocky.
I could see that.
Fuck you, Alex. So quick with the answer. Budget cuts.
I love coming on this show.
But yeah, most people think I'm extremely cocky, and I'm just confident. I'm just very confident.
You're very confident. I think cocky is like I'm better than you. I don't get that vibe.
I would
from you.
never assume that. I would
Not
never.
at all.
I'm very confident in what I do, and I like to have a lot of fun.
And you're passionate.
And I'm very passionate, but I would never assume that I'm better than anybody, or like, I've always prefaced this on the show. I'm not. This podcast is not about me.
Right.
It's about you. It's about the people that's sitting on that side of the microphone, because we're getting to know you. We're hearing you. I'm just the guy that asked the question, and that y'all are lucky enough that I'm lucky enough to have y'all on.
No, we're lucky to be on, man.
So this is
Thank you.
This is your show. This is just me.
All right. Well, this is our show. Ladies and gentlemen, this is now.
Always love having my fill-ins on the Scoped podcast.
Thank you.
Charlotte, North Carolina Rockers. Make sure to check them out. Throw out some social media.
Social media. You can follow us. It is thefillins.com or at thefillins on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. And Cap and I actually have our own podcast, which hopefully someday you will be on, sir. It's called the Something Good For You podcast. You can find that hashtag Something Good For Ya, YA. So between those two, you can figure out all the upcoming latest and greatest from us, along with Hate Energy, podcasts, new records, new tours, all the awesome upcoming stuff. Find it all at thefillins.com.
Yes.
And if you've never seen the fill-ins, make sure you check them out next time they're here in Atlanta. These guys are some rockers,
I
man.
promise to put on a good show for you. Come on out.
And the energy is just amazing, always. Love you guys. Thank you for coming on, being episode number 50 of the Scoped podcast. But guys, next time you come on my podcast, will you do one thing for me?
What?
Will you wear something tight?
Awesome,
guys.
man. Thank you so much.
This ain't tight enough.
That was awesome.
All right, so.
Thanks, guys.